Alright, so this is the OnePlus Pad 4 and on paper it looks like an absolute monster. But if you already have or were planning to buy the OnePlus Pad 3, is this actually an upgrade? Or is the OnePlus Pad 4 just the same tablet but with a more powerful chip? Because the Pad 3, that thing was already ridiculously good and it's also noticeably cheaper than the Pad 4. So let's break this down properly, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, let's start with performance because this is where things get interesting. The Pad 4 is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, which makes it the most powerful tablet in India right now. This is basically flagship smartphone level power but stretched across a massive tablet with better thermals. The Pad 4 scores over 4 million on AnTuTu, which is a significant jump in performance. You also get 8GB or 12GB LPDDR5X RAM with 256GB or 512GB UFS 4.1 storage. The Pad 3 interestingly actually goes higher on RAM with 12GB and 16GB LPDDR5X options, but sticks to UFS 4.0 storage. So yeah, slightly faster storage on the Pad 4, but potentially more RAM on the Pad 3. In real world usage though, the Pad 3 was already a beast. It offers excellent multitasking and games like BGMI run at 120 FPS without breaking a sweat. So performance was never a problem. What the Pad 4 really brings is efficiency and longevity. It's not that the Pad 3 is slow, it's that the Pad 4 is built to stay fast for longer. Now, moving to the display, and honestly this is where things don't change much. Both tablets have a massive 13.2-inch 3.4K LCD panel with a 144Hz refresh rate, Dolby Vision support, and that 12-bit color output that just makes everything pop. The only real difference is brightness. The Pad 4 goes up to around 1000 nits in high brightness mode, while the Pad 3 tops out at 900 nits. And in real world usage, you're not going to notice a huge difference unless you're using this under direct sunlight. So yeah, display is still amazing, but not a reason to upgrade. Now audio. And again, both of these tablets are stacked. You get 8 speakers on both, and the experience is loud, immersive, and surprisingly clean even at high volumes. Watching content on either of these feels premium. Design-wise, OnePlus hasn't reinvented anything. The Pad 4 sticks to the clean metal unibody design with a pill-shaped camera module, just like the Pad 3. The only real change is things like repositioned pogo pins and slightly slimmer bezels. In fact, you could argue the Pad 3 had the more practical design because the bezels give you something to hold on to. The Pad 4 trims that down a bit, which looks nice but isn't always better in daily use. Connectivity also gets a small but important bump. Both tablets support Wi-Fi 7 and USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type-C ports, so wired speeds stay the same. But the Pad 4 steps ahead with Bluetooth 6.0 versus the Bluetooth 5.4 on the Pad 3. However, both of them still miss out on cellular connectivity, there's no fingerprint scanner, and the Android tablet app ecosystem still isn't perfect. So those core limitations haven't changed. Now let's talk battery. The Pad 4 gets a 13,380 mAh battery, which is bigger than the 12,140 mAh on the Pad 3. Charging speed stays the same at 80 watt. In my usage, the Pad 3 was already giving me around 9 hours of screen on time, which is solid for a tablet this size. With the larger battery and more efficient chip, the Pad 4 will deliver close to 10 hours depending on your usage. So what you're getting here is slightly better battery life, not faster charging. Think of it as a stamina upgrade, not a speed upgrade. Cameras are identical on both, 13 megapixel at the back, 8 megapixel at the front. They exist, they work, and that's about it. As for software, the Pad 4 ships with OxygenOS 16 based on Android 16, while the Pad 3 launched with OxygenOS 15 on Android 15 but has now been updated to Android 16 as well. Both have features like open canvas, multitasking, floating windows, and ecosystem features with OnePlus devices. But the Pad 4 obviously has the advantage of being newer, so it's going to get updates for longer. Now accessories. This is actually a bigger deal than it seems. The Pad 4 introduces the new Stylo Pro with over 16,000 levels of pressure sensitivity, replaceable tips, and a much more natural writing feel. The Pad 3 supports the Stylo 2, which is already very good. But if you're someone who sketches or takes notes a lot, the Pad 4 definitely feels like a step up. Also, because of the design changes, the old keyboard from the Pad 3 won't work with the Pad 4. So if you're upgrading, you're basically starting fresh with accessories. And all of that really adds up, making the Pad 4 a pretty pricey investment. But the Pad 3, even with accessories, is still cheaper and already doing almost everything right. That's why it is still one of the easiest recommendations right now. Let me know which one would you pick in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.